All right, here it is, the main event. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, WWE World Heavyweight Championship went to SummerSlam, and once Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of John Cena, I was like, oh, here we go, road to WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I was ready to see it, and then here it is, and I'm not all that hyped about it. I'm just like, I'm getting to go to WrestleMania. That'll be fun to see. Be cheering on Brock Lesnar, and we'll get to the ladder a little bit later. Roman Reigns. Thought he was going to be maybe a little bit more developed by this time. Get the promo skills working, put more moves in than just spear, Superman punch, Samoan drop, little drop kick, and he's put in a couple of moves in there. But for the most part, it's just punches and kicks and stuff like that. But so Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar has been a dominant champ. Well, not really a dominant champion. He hasn't really been defending it that much. But the perception is he's this big badass, doesn't give a fuck wrestler. And he is going to destroy Roman Reigns. At least that's what they're supposed to be. But Roman Reigns has his little new t-shirt. It's I can and I will. He's like the little engine that could. Even though, he's Roman Reigns and he's this big, beautiful Samoan dude with long hair. And he's not like Daniel Bryan where he's, short and furry. And, people say he's never going to do it. Even though Roman Reigns is kind of like supposed to be the golden child. So, he's kind of perceived like he's this real big underdog, even though he really shouldn't be, because he's not as big, but he's the same height as Brock Lesnar, and he might be just as strong as Brock Lesnar. I really don't know. I haven't seen Roman Reigns in the gym. So, the build for this, honestly, I kind of think the build peaked at the night after the Royal Rumble, the snowed-in version of Raw, when they're at the WWE headquarters, and they sat down, and Roman Reigns sat down with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman kind of, talked about his family, kind of asked him some questions. Brock Lesnar was just staring at him. Roman Reigns wasn't taking anything, and he just stared down Brock Lesnar, and it was on like Donkey Kong. I was kind of like, after the Royal Rumble, I was pissed that Roman Reigns won. But then after the Royal Rumble happened, I was like, okay, I can get used to this. If they do a couple more things like this, I can be ready to watch this match if Roman Reigns still starts to improve and stuff like that. But that just didn't happen. Then they kind of threw Daniel Bryan into the match at Fastlane, and that kind of, got everyone's hopes up again. And then their hopes got crushed as Roman Reigns beat Daniel Bryan clean, 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring, no shenanigans. Built them up even stronger. Real good match. Probably best match Roman Reigns has ever had in a singles match, and it's no coincidence that it was with Daniel Bryan. And this is going to be a Roman Reigns bashing. I'm just constructively seeing and just talking about how I just don't feel like he's ready for this match, even though we're a week out from WrestleMania and this match is going to happen. And don't really know. It's not a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns is going to win, but I'm still putting money on Roman Reigns winning, as I've said in Royal Rumble videos, Fastlane videos. I'll hold out hope. I'll cheer for the other guy, but I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns is going to win, so don't get your hopes up. And Brock Lesnar hasn't re-signed, at least they haven't said anything that he's re-signed or he hasn't re-signed or he signed with UFC or Bellator. But, they're just going to keep that quiet, maybe Brock Lesnar is going to sign his contract like the day of WrestleMania, like CM Punk said he did at Money in the Bank 2011. But this match, really, it's not that hard to build up a match like this. Just make it two big powerhouses. Don't make it like Roman Reigns has no chance and Brock Lesnar is going to destroy him. Because that's honestly, kind of how they've been pushing it so far. It's like Roman Reigns, really doesn't have a chance. There's all these doubters. And really, I don't really know what the doubters are. Besides, the only doubters there are really the fans that just boo him. But on the show, the commentators and stuff like that, they're talking him up and they're making him be like this big deal. So Roman Reigns talking about the doubters and, they say I'm not going to be able to do it. But he never cites his sources and says who they are. Maybe he, can't just go full on heel and just say, oh, you people don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to shut your guys' asses up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you I'm the best and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But he really hasn't had that much in-ring promo time. The only promos he's really done in the ring have been on SmackDown. And what's happened is he talks a sentence or two, and then Mark Henry comes out, and Mark Henry carries most of the talking, and then Roman Reigns says a couple sentences, and then he punches Superman punch and spears Mark Henry. But Paul Heyman has just been doing some of the greatest promos ever the past couple weeks. The first promo, when the mic went out a couple times, don't know if that was, a shoot or a work or whatever. I mean, obviously, I don't think Vince McMahon was back there like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Turn his mic off now. Because then why would he turn his mic back on? But I don't know if it was just the mic wasn't working. And then Lillian came in, gave him a new microphone. I was like, oh, finally do something around here. And I was like, oh, damn, Paul. Pipe bombs, whatever like that. So, yes, Paul Heyman's just been doing fantastic work. He's kind of building up Roman Reigns while building up Brock Lesnar at the same time. So he's kind of like, he's not like in the middle. He's still for Brock Lesnar, but he's kind of like building up both of them at the same time because honestly, Roman Reigns hasn't really been able. I don't know if he hasn't really been given the chance, or he just can't be able to do it to elevate himself and just give like a money promo. We're gonna have to see what happens. Still 1 week to go. Raw in a couple days. See how that face-to-face interaction has gone. We haven't seen Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the same ring, same room since that day after Royal Rumble. So we're gonna see how that turns out. If they get physical, if they're just gonna stare down, if Brock Lesnar's not going to even take Roman Reigns seriously. Roman is all serious, and it kind of gets everyone hyped up for the match. I have a feeling that's going to be a real good stare down, real good way to hype up the show. That should be the last thing on Raw. Maybe they get in a little tussle, and then they kind of the whole locker room comes out and it pulls them apart, and everyone's all intense, and that's the Michael Cole's yelling, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen at WrestleMania? Is Roman Reigns gonna do it? Is Brock Lesnar gonna defend his title or whatever the hell you call it?" I don't know. Michael can say it a lot better than I can right now, but I think that would be a pretty good way to build up that match, kind of like Extreme Rules. That one time when Brock Lesnar hit that elbow on John Cena, and John Cena's mouth got busted open, and John Cena had that shit-eating grin on his face, and blood was coming down his mouth, and it was pretty cool. So hopefully they do something like that. Just make this just a real serious, no nonsense match. Just I'm gonna take that title from you. I'm gonna be a real fighting champion. Like Roman Reigns hasn't even brought that up, that Brock Lesnar doesn't defend the title at all. Like if you say, "Oh, I'm gonna win that championship, I'm gonna be a fighting champion," unlike Brock Lesnar, that'll get some supporters. And, it's just a simple way to build yourself up and stuff like that. But, that just hasn't gone its way so far. But, So on to the actual match at WrestleMania. This will probably be the main event, as I talked about in the U.S. title match. Maybe if Vince McMahon really does truly believe Roman Reigns isn't ready, or he still thinks he's ready, but he knows what's going to happen. He doesn't want the fans to boo him out of the building, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what the hell's up with this guy?" And I don't know. I don't really know what goes through Vince McMahon's mind sometimes, but I'm pretty sure this match is going to go on last. Only match that will probably be under the lights in the dark, because it's been getting dark around 7:20, 7:30 lately, and that's when the show's supposed to end. But don't really know how this match will turn out, if it's going to be, because honestly, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are kind of like the same characters in a way, like in the ring. Like Brock Lesnar isn't Daniel Bryan. He's not going to lead the match, and he's not going to sell a lot. He's not going to, run all over the place. He's just going to just stand over him and just beat the crap out of him. Brock Lesnar doesn't do that many moves like Roman Reigns, but he does those moves effectively. When he hits that German suplex, and he punches and stuff like that, Brock Lesnar, he has the credibility that Roman Reigns doesn't have. He's UFC champion, NCAA champion, WWE champion, all that stuff Paul Heyman says. He is that. So even though he doesn't do that many moves, he could do more. And what he does do, the little that he does do, it packs a punch. So don't really know how this match will be laid out or how they're going to do. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Brock Lesnar dominating them. I don't know if it's going to be he dominates almost the entire match, and then Roman Reigns hulks up at the end and no-sells everything, and then Superman punch, spear. I don't think that's going to go over well with this crowd at all at Levi Stadium, because they're not going to buy that. That's just going to be a bunch of horse shit. I think a real good back and forth match. I don't think anybody's actually kicked out of the spear before. So if Roman Reigns hits a spear early and Brock Lesnar kicks out of one, that'll get a huge pop from the crowd, and that's going to be kind of when they shift into the third, fourth, fifth gear. Okay, here we go. It's about to start getting real right now. But don't know. I don't think it's going to be a SummerSlam match where Brock Lesnar just completely destroys Roman Reigns, or vice versa, where Roman Reigns just completely destroys Brock Lesnar. Unless Brock Lesnar is on real shitty terms with WWE and Vince McMahon's like, screw him. We're just going to squash him at the end of his contract. And, because Brock Lesnar doesn't care. Just, pay me and I'll do whatever the hell you want. I don't know if Brock Lesnar's going to really enjoy, being in a squash match, in the main event of WrestleMania. It'll be a spectacle to see if Roman Reigns actually does it. I don't think that's going to help his fandom at all, or whatever you call it. I still think we're going to boo him out of the building if he destroys Brock, because no one's going to believe Roman Reigns could actually do that to Brock Lesnar. We know, Brock Lesnar was told to do that, but I don't think Brock Lesnar, maybe Brock Lesnar goes into business for himself and is like, I ain't doing none of that crap. And he shoots on him, and he actually tackles him, or he does a double, and he rides him. It's a wrestling term, get on top of him, and he just basically Roman Reigns can't go anywhere for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and that'll just be a spectacle to see. Just be what the hell's going on here? But I don't think Brock Lesnar would do anything like that. But we have to see if Brock Lesnar does sign, if word gets out, because that would just kind of change the dynamic of the match. The crowd, don't know what the crowd's going to be. I think it's going to be, WrestleMania is a real smart crowd, and the people, the people that don't like Roman Reigns are going to be in the lower section. More of Roman Reigns' people, honestly, it will probably be the families and the kids, and they're not going to get those high level floor, maybe some of them get the 100 seats, but most of them might be in the upper decks, the 400 and 300 section. So, if they're making all this noise, maybe the mics don't pick it up and it doesn't, so it might actually seem worse than it actually is with all the fans on the floor and stuff just yelling at Roman Reigns and, booing him and stuff like that. But we're just got to see and find out I think the real test is going to be the night after WrestleMania, if Roman Reigns wins. If he comes down through the crowd and he cuts a promo, and just see how the fans react, and if they chant Daniel Bryan and just start yelling horse shit or bullshit, whatever. And this is just going to be it's kind of like a spectacle, and it's kind of you don't know what's going to happen if Roman Reigns is actually going to win, or if Brock Lesnar is going to win. I would pick Brock Lesnar to win this match. If Brock Lesnar resigns, I would make Brock Lesnar win this match, because Roman Reigns is not ready for this shot, honestly. And, just because he loses at WrestleMania doesn't mean he's done forever. You can tell that story that they should have told at WrestleMania 28 when John Cena lost to The Rock, when John Cena lost to The Rock, and then Brock Lesnar comes back, and then John Cena should have lost that match to Extreme Rules. And then just tell the story that, John Cena, is he losing it? What's going to happen with John Cena? And then you build up, John Cena gets a couple wins here and there, wins at SummerSlam, wins the Survivor Series, wins the Royal Rumble, and then, finally his confidence is back up and he's ready to take on The Rock once again, and, people are like, is he going to be able to do it? That's just it's a sports story. People win and lose all the time in sports. The Kansas City Royals, the underdog makes it all the way to the World Series, and they lose to the Giants in 7 games. Just because it's the fan favorite doesn't mean they're always going to win. So you can do that with Roman Reigns. He loses Brock Lesnar. Maybe he fights Rusev, and maybe he loses to Rusev, or he beats Rusev. Give him an IC title, U.S. title run, all the way up to Royal Rumble next year. Maybe he wins Royal Rumble next year if he shows improvement. Crowd starts to get behind him a little bit more, and then you do Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns again, or I don't know, Roman Reigns, The Rock. I don't know if Roman Reigns will turn heel. Maybe Roman Reigns turns heel at in WrestleMania. I don't know if Brock Lesnar doesn't re-sign, and then they want Paul Heyman to stick around. Paul Heyman can turn on Brock Lesnar. Don't really know what he's been doing. Paul Heyman honestly hasn't been healing it up that much. He's just been the straight man. And he cheats, Roman Reigns wins, and then he goes on a heel run. Maybe he fights Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, maybe somebody who doesn't win the IC title match, but I really don't know why you would want someone who just lost the IC title and just elevate him to the championship match, or maybe Rusev, or, that's not my job to pick out who wins and who loses, but that's just me to sit back and enjoy and see what happens. So thank you guys for watching. I know this is probably a long-ass video, but it's a big deal. This could be Roman Reigns' defining moment, either good or bad. It could be his first ever title match. He might lose, he might win, you never know. I have a feeling it's going to be a memorable moment no matter what happens. at WrestleMania 31. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you do to YouTube video, do to this video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description below. I'll be posting pictures from WrestleMania weekend, which I'm going to a bunch of events, 11 events in 4 days, 5 days. I don't even know how many it is. It's a bunch of events. WrestleCon, NXT, Access, a bunch of Access sessions, WrestleMania, Raw After Mania, King of Indies, maybe Kaiju Big Battle if I can fit that in there after NXT. But thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which I already said. Description below. I'll be posting videos and pictures from there so you can kind of get content or whatever you want to call it, like pictures of me with wrestlers and stuff like that before I actually post it up on YouTube. So subscribe to watch the day in life videos coming soon next week for WrestleMania. I will try to be posting them after every day, post Thursdays stuff on Friday, Fridays on Saturday, whatever like that when I get to the hotel, post the videos and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. Till next time, to WrestleMania or whenever I do a next video. Thank you guys for watching and peace out.